Today we have a 2010 Ford F-250 and we're going to be taking a look at the Atlas Lift gas strut. So this is going to be for your hood. So what we want to do, if we're replacing these, it's probably not staying up on its own. So I'm using something to prop it up so when I pop this thing off, it's not going to fall on me, and also just keep it up so we can replace it. One, kind of get an idea of how it's sitting. So right now we have the larger end of the strut on top and then the rod going through here on the bottom. So now what we want to do is we want to take a little flathead as skinny as possible, and down here I just went down there and kind of popped that out. It's going to be the same with up top as well. So we're going to have this two same exact clips, and we just want to pop that off. Just going to pull it out enough just so it disengages the ball that's on. Once that's done, you should be able to pop this thing off. But you want to make sure that that clip stays out. You don't want to force it. Once that's done, it'll pull off, and so will the bottom. And this is where that support is really going to be needed to keep that up. So if you have an extra set of hands, grab those. But it is a really easy install. Now that we know exactly where it goes, all we got to do is just take it and just push on it. Both the bottom and the top. We're going to have to compress it a little bit or just lift up the hood a little bit. We're going to need to rotate this around. It takes a decent amount of force to get that rotated around. Once it's on there, you just push it. You hear a little snap like that, and we're good to go. It's that easy. Now just go ahead and make sure everything is working properly. Everything closes, and we can go back in and open it up and see the end result. I can already tell it's lifting up a lot more than it was before, and the reason why I like that is because it was kind of difficult to get to the little hood latch because the strut was kind of worn out. So this way, it's easy to get to it. Opens up on its own. And notice how it goes real fast in the beginning, which is nice, but then it hits that point and then slowly goes up. So it's not gonna pop open real quick, and that is always good. As you can see, it really does mimic the OEM. It has the same exact finish. It's just a little bit shinier just because this one's brand new. But all in all, this thing isn't gonna rust away just like your OEM one, so you can purchase with confidence, knowing you're not putting some cheap aftermarket part on there. These gas struts, they do what they need to do, and I don't really think there's a whole lot of difference between this one here and the OEM ones that come from the factory. So definitely just grab one of these. Aftermarket is not something that I'm scared of, especially when it comes to these struts. On the top, you have powder coated finish, just like the OEM ones. And that is nice, so it's not going to look a little mismatched. Because on this one, all we needed to do was just replace one of them, and it solved our problem. You don't have to worry about putting it on wrong because the bottom one is going to go on a smaller ball compared to the other one. So you don't really have to worry about putting it on wrong. I think I like that just because sometimes I accidentally do things the wrong way. When it comes to the strut, it's going to have two different seals, just like the OEM one. We're going to have a seal up here and a seal down here just to keep this nitride shaft from getting all gross. And once those seals go bad, that's why we're replacing these. So I've had these on my vehicle for a while now, and they still work perfect. Even though the OEM ones did last a long time, again, I just think these are going to last just as long as the OEM struts. A minute or two now replacing the strut is going to save you a lot of minutes whenever you're spending the time propping up your hood. So definitely grab one of these. They do come in a pack of one. In this instance, all we had to do was replace one of them, but you can replace the other one as well. And that's pretty much it for a look at the Atlas Lift gas strut.